You checked your OnlyFans balance and the money is gone. Maybe it's even negative. If that just happened to you, it's called a chargeback. And almost nobody explains how they actually work. Most creators think once a fan pays, the money is yours. It's not. Chargebacks bypass OnlyFans completely. The subscriber calls the bank, says the card was stolen, and the bank pulls the money back. OnlyFans doesn't get a say. We've managed OnlyFans pages for over 3 years, generated over $500,000 in the last 12 months across dozens of creators. We've dealt with chargebacks firsthand across multiple accounts. I'm going to break down how they work, what they do to your page, how to spot them coming, how to prevent them, and what to do when one hits. There are actually two ways a chargeback can happen. The first is through OnlyFans directly. If you promise content and don't deliver, the subscriber can file a claim with OnlyFans and get their money back. This one is straightforward. Don't promise things you won't deliver. But the second type is the one most creators don't understand, and it's the one that really hurts. A subscriber buys something from you, a custom, a PPV, or tips, doesn't matter. Sometime later, they call their bank, not OnlyFans, their bank, and they don't say, I didn't get my content. They say, my card was stolen. That's it. That's the play. Banks approve those fast. For online purchases, there's almost no way to prove who actually made the transaction. The bank doesn't call OnlyFans, they don't ask you, they just process the refund, take the money from OnlyFans, and OnlyFans takes it from your balance. And your balance can go negative. You could be sitting at a positive number today and tomorrow it's in the red because of a purchase from weeks ago. Chargebacks can come months after the original transaction. And no, withdrawing your money fast doesn't protect you. If chargebacks come through and your balance doesn't cover it, it goes negative. They can also pull from your pending balance. The money is never fully safe once a chargeback is filed. The subscribers never asked OnlyFans for a refund, they went around OnlyFans entirely. That's the part most people miss. This isn't OnlyFans taking your money, it's the bank. Now you know how chargebacks work. But here's the part nobody talks about. What happens to your actual page if you get too many of them? OnlyFans tracks your chargeback ratio. That's the percentage of your total transactions that end up as chargebacks. You want to stay under about 1%, cross that line and things start to break. Your earnings get frozen, future payouts get held for longer, your account gets flagged for review, and if it keeps going, your account can get banned. But before you even get to termination, there are restrictions most creators have never heard of, because they're not written anywhere online. We learned this from a model we onboarded who had too many chargebacks on her previous page. Her fans could no longer send tips, and the maximum she could charge for a PPV was $20. Tips gone, PPVs capped at 20. For most creators, that wipes out the majority of their income overnight. The page is still technically active, but it's crippled. This is why prevention matters more than trying to get your money back after the fact. The real damage from the chargeback isn't the money they take, it's what they do to your page. So how do you see a chargeback coming before it hits? There's a pattern, and once you know it, you'll spot it every time. I call this the Sprint and Vanish. A new subscriber shows up on your page and starts spending right away. Big tips, expensive custom, multiple PPVs, all in the first day or two. Then they disappear. Account gets deleted, and a few days or weeks later, chargeback. New account, heavy spending, quick exit. That's the pattern. These patterns repeat. Knowing them puts you ahead of almost every creator on this platform. Spotting the red flags is step one, but the best defense is making sure chargebacks don't happen to you in the first place. And most of it comes down to the one thing nobody wants to hear. The number one cause of chargebacks is not delivering what you promised. A fan tips for a custom, you forget about it, or you deliver something different from what they asked for. Or it takes 3 weeks. They get frustrated, call their bank, and you lose the money and the trust. So, rule one, deliver what you agreed to when you agreed to deliver it. There's a second thing that's just as important, and nobody talks about it. Build the relationships after the session. Here's what happens with a lot of creators. A subscriber spends big. Tips, customs, PPVs. The session goes well and then nothing. You move on to the next person. You brush him off. He went from getting all of your attention to getting ignored. That's when the resentment builds. And resentment turns into chargebacks. If you take 10 minutes after a session to check in, say thanks, keep the conversation going, that subscriber feels valued. He's not going to call his bank on someone he has a relationship with. He charges back when he feels used. Beyond that, if a conversation feels sketchy, if something about the subscriber feels off, screenshot the message. It probably won't save you if a bank chargeback goes through, but it's better than having not. Those steps will stop most chargebacks before they start. But if one just hit you, here's what to do right now. First, do not message the subscriber, do not threaten them or call them. This violates OnlyFans terms of service and you can get in trouble on top of the chargeback. Block them and move on. Second, gather your evidence. Pull up every message, every delivery, every transaction ID tied to that subscriber. Screenshot all of it. Third, file a report with OnlyFans support. Send them everything. OnlyFans handles the dispute with the bank on their end. You can't call the bank yourself. You're not part of that conversation. Here's the hard truth though. Even with proof, getting the money back is rare. Banks side with the cardholder most of the time. OnlyFans started fighting some chargebacks around 2020, but plenty of them still go through. The dispute process takes about 10 business days. During that time, your balance stays affected. This is exactly why I spent most of this video on prevention. Recovery is a coin flip at best. Prevention is something you can control. So, let's bring it together. Chargebacks skip OnlyFans completely. The subscriber tells their bank the card was stolen and the money comes straight out of your balance. Your balance can go negative. And if you get too many, your tips get disabled. Your PPV gets capped at 20 and your page can get shut down. But now you know the red flags, the Sprint and Vanish. You know how to prevent them, deliver on your promises and build real relationships with your subscribers. And if one hits, block the user, save everything, and report it to OnlyFans support. And look, chargebacks are just one of 100 things you deal with when you're running your OnlyFans page alone. The money side, the content, the chatting, the marketing, it all adds up. If you want our team handling that for you, here's what I'll guarantee. If you're brand new, we'll get you to $10,000 a month within 90 days. If you're already a creator, we'll double your income in those 90 days. If we don't deliver, you'll get a full refund of everything you have paid us over those 90 days. We only take one new model per month, so if you want to work with us, DM me model on my Instagram is the first link in the description. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.